Today's video starts on Pier 45 overlooking the Hudson River and New Jersey. Some people like it when I say New Jersey, so over there is New Jersey. If I zoom in, I can see the Statue of Liberty in the distance. Kind of misty today. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the West Village, which is one of the most charming and historic neighborhoods in Manhattan. Pier 45 is known for sunbathing. There are so many people sunbathing right now. The past few days in New York has been so hot, so the fact that it's not very sunny today, the temperature is so cool. If you are not familiar with this part of Manhattan, this is the Hudson River Greenway. It is so cool. There's so many piers that had different stuff on them, and most of it is free. Like tennis, there's kayaks, there's so much cool stuff over here. And a lot of runners too. A lot of runners run along here. It's so cool. Saying goodbye to the Hudson River, let's go and check out the West Village. It has a really good reputation for being chill. Let's see if that's true on a Saturday afternoon, but we're going to be getting pizza today. We're going to be seeing some hidden gems, and we're going to check out what the West Village has to offer. Just got to say again, the temperature right now is absolutely perfect. Yesterday was 100 degrees and it was unbearable. I went out at like 8 p.m. yesterday just because it was so hot during the day, but right now it is beautiful. 中国的泰可以告诉我你要我拍视频说中文吗？可以告诉我 Let me know. There is a lot of people coming out there. That says the Hudson Tunnels. It says to the path trains. I don't know what that is. What is that? We have made it to our first destination. Before I show you, I just want to explain something that London and New York have in common. A lot of people, when they think of these cities, they think of the landmarks. So when you think of London, you think of Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, but that does not tell this whole story of London. Same as New York. People think of Times Square, people think of Central Park, but there is so much more to these cities that maybe people don't see, maybe people don't want to see, but this is Grove Street, and it is absolutely amazing. This is beautiful. It's the kind of street that you see in a movie. There's such cool houses. This is so cool. Imagine like snow in here. Incredible. I don't know how much these cost. I think a few million. Very, very expensive, but very nice. I'm just surprised to see houses in Manhattan, to be honest, because everybody lives in an apartment, it seems like. But let me walk in the street. Try not to get run over, but just check out this street. Exactly the kind of street that you see in a movie. Really, really, really cool. Nothing like Times Square or Central Park, right? Very nice. And I'm sure the people that live on this street are so used to it, but you gotta remember, people live here like this. People sitting on our strangers' steps here, don't do that. But really nice, really nice. And our next destination is literally right there. I can see it. So let's check out something that you might be very, very, very familiar with. Looks like spring, but we are definitely right in the middle of summer. So this building was made famous from a TV show set in New York City. I'm going to show you. Let's see if you can guess. I just want you to know I'll be there for you. So this building was in the intro to Friends. I think that's pretty cool. I do remember the last time I was here, which it was literally like 2 or 3 weeks after Matthew Perry passed away, so there were so many flowers here, there were so many tributes. It was really cool. But yeah, this was the building in the opening credits of Friends. Really nice. And Grove Street is right there. That's where I was before. Such a cool area. I don't know who's lucky enough to live down here, but the houses are down here. I mean, the fact that they're houses, they're really cool, and I'm sure a lot of them are changed into apartments, so more than one family lives in there, but really, really cool. Definitely a lot more chill than Times Square in that area over there, because I just walked through there and oh my god, it was so busy. But I love this area. Very, very peaceful. I'm always curious about things like this, because why did they choose this building? That is literally thousands of these corners in New York. Like, why this one? And if they chose the one in the next street, nobody would care about this one. But why did they choose this one? I don't know. But it was used in the opening credits. So these fire escapes, they're absolutely everywhere in New York City, and I'm pretty uneducated about why these buildings still have fire escapes. I assume it's just because the buildings are very, very old and that's what they built when they built the buildings, and they still use them. But yeah, London, we don't have these, even in very, very old buildings, so I guess that's just what they used back in the day. There's an older couple here arguing about pizza, and the guy just said, forget about it. Our next destination, again, is literally 1 minute away, and it's on this super duper quiet street. It's so quiet over here, but this is Cherry Lane Theatre, and I'm sure everybody knows about Broadway, but there's something called off-Broadway, and I was told that it literally depends on the size of the theatre. So if it's a smaller theatre, then they just call it off-Broadway, and this is the oldest off-Broadway theatre in New York City, still operating, and it is literally on a quiet corner street. It's so cool. I've got to go and watch a Broadway and an off-Broadway show one day. That'll be fun. Yeah, it says here, the birthplace of off-Broadway. See that? And I assumed it was like less quality, like people trying to make it in the business, so they take like an off-Broadway show because they can't get a Broadway show. But my friend said no, that's not how it works. It's literally depends on the size of the theater, because I'm sure they have off-Broadway too, which are even smaller. But yep, the birthplace of off-Broadway. Very nice. And if you are interested in reading the history about the Cherry Lane Theatre, you can pause the video now. But it was built in 1923. Very nice. So I just looked it up, and it is way smaller than I expected. I thought like an off-Broadway show would have like 500, 600, 700, but no. Inside the Cherry Lane Theatre, there is 179 seats. Tiny, tiny. We have more to see in the West Village, so let's keep walking. Something just caught my eye. There's a sign right there. It says townhouse for sale. I'm gonna try and find out how much that cost. Oh my, I am absolutely flabbergasted. So this is 71 Bedford Street for sale. I just looked it up. Take a guess, how much do you think this townhouse cost? 8.3 million. Who is buying that? Who has 8.3 million to buy this townhouse? I don't know. Crazy. There's a group of girls looking at the price as well, and they just said, oh my gosh. Yep, it's crazy. $8.3 million. Man, they need to control how many cars come into New York. There are way too many cars. The traffic is crazy. Here's a question for you. If you visit New York, it seems like every single person is drinking coffee or iced coffee. Which city in the world has the most coffee shops? I'll give you a clue. It is not New York City. So at the end of this video, I'll tell you which city in the world has the most coffee shops, not New York. By the way, I was going to get pizza at Joe's Pizza, but the line is literally out the door, so we're going to go somewhere else because that is a long wait. Okay, somebody needs to tell me, why does that basketball game in the park have refs, both teams have uniforms, and there's an electronic scoreboard? That is a serious game. Wow. We have made it to our next destination. We are still in the West Village. This is Washington Square Park, one of Manhattan's many, many, many parks. Got some chess games going on. People chilling, relaxing. Love the saxophone, sounds so good. There are so many people in this park right now, oh my gosh. People playing music, there's people painting, having picnics, so many. This is also where NYU is. NYU campus is literally around this park, so there's a lot of students in this area. Not right now because it's summer, but yeah, this is where the university is. There you go, there's the fountain, and there is Washington Square Arch. And I'm sure there's been movies filmed in this square, but there was an episode of Impractical Jokers filmed in the square, and you can see the arch in the background. Love that show. And I must warn you, very, very nice park, but so many homeless people in this park. Crazy amount. Let's walk through the arch and let me show you who Washington Square Park is named after. I'm sure you can guess. Can you guess? Can you guess? Of course, it's George. There's George. George Washington. Our next destination is literally 1 minute away from the arch. The arch is right there, and we are going there. I think we can get down there. I wasn't sure, but I think we can. But I'm pretty sure these are dormitories for NYU students. I'm pretty sure. Okay, the gate is open. It says Washington Mews closed to pedestrian traffic from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. We are good. So I saw this place online and it reminded me of London, because London has many mews. If you don't know what mews are, they used to be stables, like horse stables. I don't know if it's the same as here in the US, but if you see a mews in London, in the UK, then they used to be horse stables converted into maybe houses or like outhouses or something. But this looks like London and it's really cool. Check this out. This is Washington Mews, and I assume people live down here. Again, it looks like something you see in a movie. So cool. Got the cobble streets as well. This is really, really, really cool. Yeah, I don't know if these used to be stables, but like I said, in London, if you see a mews, then they used to be stables. But this is so cool. Oh my gosh. And again, you got people over there sitting on people's doorsteps. I don't get people that do that. Why? Gotta respect people, man. Very cool street, but you gotta respect people. Man, this is really cool. I love this. It definitely reminds me a little bit of London, because we have many, many mews like this. I'd love to see inside one. I bet they're tiny. They look very, very small. Really cool. They don't look that old, to be honest. Just imagine if every single street had houses at this level and no higher, because you see the apartment buildings here, they're so ugly, but it'd be so cool. 2-story houses everywhere. The Washington Mews is also home to New York University Institute of French Studies. Bonjour, bonjour. If you happen to live on Washington Mews, please let me see inside your house. I bet they're so cool inside. But at Christmas time, just shut the street off and just invite people from the street. That'd be so much fun. I am pretty shocked, to be honest, because I just looked it up, and as I said, a mews in London, it used to be stables like at the back of townhouses, but this used to be stables as well. I just looked it up and this did used to be stables, so horse and carriages used to go down here. Amazing. Wow, so cool. So it says that the mews used to be stables for the townhouses on that street there, so that would be the front of the houses and this would be the back of the houses, I guess, where the servants and where the horse and carriages used to go. That is so cool. Let's keep walking. We have a few more things to see in the West Village. I think that road rage is a national sport here in New York City. People would do anything to prove a point. There is our next destination, Jefferson Market Library. I'm not sure if we can go inside. Let's try. No idea where I'm going. It is 4:50. It's supposed to close at 5, so let's try and see something. But I'll tell you something about these stairs when we come back down, because it's something really cool. It's about swords. I'm definitely laughing to myself because I thought it was a church inside a library, but it's not. It's a library inside a church. Like, it's just a bunch of people studying. For some reason I thought it was going to be a church. But, well, it is a church, but it's a library inside a church. It's really cool, but don't want to disturb people. Nice building, nice building. As far as libraries go, this is very nice. It's cool, it's cool. Don't think I've ever seen a library inside a church before. Never seen a church inside a library before. Cool. Gotta leave, don't want to disturb people studying. Let me tell you about the stairs. So look at these stairs. You see they go to the right. Why don't they go to the left? The reason they go to the right is, back in medieval times, most people were right-handed. So of course, like, if I'm at the top of the stairs, then I'm defending where I am. So if I'm right-handed, then I can attack people coming up the stairs. Whereas if you're going up the stairs, you have to use your left hand. That is absolutely true. Most people were right-handed, so the stairs going to the right, it was easy for people with a right-handed sword. Absolutely true. See, and if I'm going up, I can't use my right hand. I have to use my left hand, and most people were not left-handed. So it helped the people defending. That is really nice inside. The building is massive, but the library's tiny. They have a different section for the kids' library, but the building's massive. I thought it was going to be huge inside, but it's not. Reading the plaque here, I remember reading about it online, but the church library used to be a courthouse. So it says that it was constructed in 1876, and it served as a women's court until 1932. Used to be a courthouse. Just a few more things to see here in the West Village. I want to let you know, if you have a loud motorcycle, 0 people think you're very, very cool, okay? Nobody does, trust me. FDNY Squad 18.
Buy it now so it doesn't sell out.
I like these townhouses. I still cannot believe that the one that we saw earlier is $8.3 million. Who has that kind of money? It's unbelievable. They are very nice, but $8 million? Do you have any idea what you can buy in the countryside for $8.3 million? You gotta pay $8 million and literally be this close to the other people. No way. If you're gonna spend $8 million, you gotta have your own space. 46 Bank Street is for rent. I'm not even gonna look it up, but my prediction is probably like $20,000 a month, probably more than that. Who has that money? Who are you? The last destination in the West Village is Abingdon Square Park. Let's go and get pizza. This place is called Two Bros. You get 2 slices and a soda for $4. That's crazy in New York City. I walked so many miles today, I deserve that pizza. So, which city in the world has the most coffee shops? It is not London, Rome, Paris, Chicago, New York. No, it is Shanghai, China. Let me know if you knew that. Thank you for going to the West Village with me today. Very, very chill and interesting neighborhood. Tell me, which neighborhood should I explore next? Thank you so much for watching today's video. Hit subscribe if you want to see more of New York. Hit the like to tell me that you enjoyed it. Please write me a comment. I reply to every single comment, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. And we're doing daily vlogs in August, so definitely subscribe. Bye.